The 1970s were packed with AM radio gold, disco crossovers, bubblegum chants, and yacht rock smoothness. But some of its biggest hits have slipped from daily playlists, even though everyone knew them then. Here are 10 forgotten hits from the 1970s that once ruled the airwaves and deserve another listen. Number 10, The Night Chicago Died by Paper Lace.
Yes, indeed. And the sound of the battle rang.
Urban myths have a way of crowding out geography, and that's part of the charm here. The Night Chicago Died arrived from a British band imagining Prohibition shootouts across an American city they hadn't toured yet.
Don't be a hero, come back to me.
The single's drama clicked hard with radio programmers, and it reached #1 on the charts in 1974, turning a studio conjured tale into mass pop folklore. This track opens with siren tension and galloping percussion, but what carries it is the call and response storytelling, cut crisp so every detail lands. The record's arrangement keeps the bass line springy while hand claps punctuate each verse like jump cuts in a crime film. Listeners of the time knew it wasn't documentary. They didn't care. The tune delivers the sensation of streetlights flashing past a squad car window, and by the final chorus, it's less about history than momentum. Proof that mid-decade radio could make a blockbuster from imagination alone, then file it away like a solved case.
And the sound of the battle rang.
Number 9, Rock Me Gently by Andy Kim. The 1970s pop marketplace loved a comeback, and Andy Kim engineered his with savvy patience. Rock Me Gently wasn't rushed. He reportedly self-financed the session and shopped it around until the groove felt undeniable.
Drive me crazy, and on your face.
The gamble paid off. The single reached #1 on the charts in 1974, a late summer ascension that showcased his warm, grainy tenor gliding over a lightly funky rhythm section. This track leans on pocket more than flash. Tambourine accents and cushioned electric piano keep the swing precise without crowding the vocals.
Take it easy, don't you know?
The song's hook arrives like a handshake, friendly and confident, and the string touches feel like sunshine at the edges rather than center stage. What made the record linger was restraint. It never forces the moment, it just cruises. By the fade, you can hear studio players settling into a smile, the kind that turns a modest production into a national earworm that still sneaks up in grocery aisles and summer barbecues.
So won't you say you love me?
Number 8, Moonlight Feels Right by Starbuck.
Take you on a trip beside the ocean and drop the top.
Regional radio often scouts the country for a left-field spark, and Atlanta delivered one with Starbuck's gleaming slice of pop exotica. Moonlight Feels Right drifted onto playlists in 1976, rising to #3 on the charts that summer on the back of a marimba line that sounds like sea spray hitting chrome.
And watch it fade the moon away.
The single's crisp drum pattern and airy keys leave space for Bruce Blackman's knowing vocal, while the marimba solo becomes the scene-stealing character, a detail that felt novel amid rock guitars dominating the era. This track is a postcard. From a pier at dusk, salty air, neon reflections, and a convertible idling nearby.
The wind blew some luck in my direction. I caught it in my...
The record's mix keeps everything uncluttered so the groove breathes, letting that hook wink without shouting. Listeners rewarded the finesse. It's smooth without slumping, flirty without camp. By the final bars, you can almost see the studio lights dim as the tape reels glide, capturing a breeze that refuses to fade.
And watch it fade the moon away.
Number 7, Right Back Where We Started From by Maxine Nightingale. Before disco fully conquered airwaves, British studios were already testing sleek dance pop hybrids. Right Back Where We Started From emerged from that moment, recorded quickly with session aces who treated rhythm like architecture. Everything sturdy, nothing wasted. Issued in the UK first, it crossed the Atlantic and climbed to number 2 on the charts in 1976, energizing roller rinks and daytime radio alike. This single drives on clipped guitar, eager handclaps, and brass that punches in like confetti cannons. But the star is Nightingale's bright conversational delivery. She phrases like a great DJ cueing the next weekend. The song's structure is economical: verse, hook, release, repeat, each return landing with renewed sparkle. It's a masterclass in 3-minute persuasion, born in a room where the clock mattered and groove decisions had to stick. Decades later, this cut still works as a mood switch. Flip it on, and the room straightens, smiles, and starts moving. Number 6, Saturday Night by Bay City Rollers.
Little things I'm going through on Saturday night.
Teen pop often wins by timing, and few arrivals were better staged than this chant-driven missile. Saturday Night had been tried earlier, but the band sharpened it, then launched into the New Year rush. It hit number 1 on the charts in early 1976, lasting from lunchroom radios and gymnasiums. The record's genius is its economy. Stomp, spell out, explosion. The guitars are bright and percussive. The snare snaps like a pep rally clap, and the melody lands in a register casual voices can shout together. This track isn't about cool. It's about belonging, a chorus you can own by the second listen. The production's tight gating and stacked vocals create a wall of bounce, a sugar rush of shared anticipation for 2 days off, and nowhere particular to be. It's bubblegum engineered for maximum lift, and it still pairs perfectly with the scrape of bleachers and the scuff of sneakers on polished floors. Let's take a quick pause before we hit the final 5. Which of these tracks brought a memory rushing back? Did one surprise you, or have you been playing it for years without knowing who sang it? And what's your personal pick for the most overlooked hit of 1970? Number 5, Boogie Fever by the Silvers. Family groups were a defining force in the 1970s, and the Silvers turned household chemistry into radio precision. Boogie Fever rides a rubbery bass and glittering clavinet, every vocal line drilled until it feels effortless. The payoff was massive. The single reached number 1 on the charts in 1976, right as nightlife culture spilled from club doors into living rooms. This track clicks because it treats dance as narration. Horn stabs punctuate action, backing vocals act out the script, and the groove keeps the story moving. The record's mix sits the bass forward without muddying the shimmer, a sign of engineers who knew how to feed FM radio's appetite for punch. You can hear siblings interlocking parts like gears. One voice sets the hook, another tightens it. Then the ensemble releases pressure on the downbeat. The tune is pure momentum, joy conveyed as circuitry, proof that discipline behind the glass can feel like spontaneity on the floor. Number 4, Magic by Pilot.
Never believe it's not so. It's magic.
Scotland's studio scene in the mid-decade favored crisp guitars and unfussy hooks, and Pilot distilled that approach to a shine. Magic arrived with sunlit chords and a rhythm section that never overplays, letting the chorus billow like a kite over rooftops.
A sunny day, dreaming far away.
In the US, the single peaked at number 5 on the charts in 1975, extending its life through both AM and the growing FM pop slots. This track blends glam's sparkle with power pop economy, Single-note guitar figures answer the vocal, drums keep a springy two-step, and the bass line nudges the melody upward exactly when it needs lift. The record's production, dry, close, and radio-ready, turns a simple phrase into a communal moment. You can imagine a band in a small room smiling at the playback, realizing the chorus is already stuck in everyone's head. The song doesn't posture, it beams, and the light keeps catching on everything it touches. Number 3, Magnet and Steel by Walter Egan. Los Angeles in the late decade was a laboratory for glassy textures, and this is one of its cleanest experiments. Magnet and Steel floats on a gentle pulse, electric pianos glowing around Walter Egan's soft focus vocal, while harmonies add a Californian halo.
For you are a magnet, and
The single reached number 8 on the charts in 1978, helped by the unmistakable studio touch of producers Lindsey Buckingham and Richard Dashut, whose sheen had already defined an era.
hope that I'll hold you for long.
This track moves with small gestures, a panned guitar shimmer, a hush before the chorus blooms, a drum pattern that barely breaks a sweat. The record's atmosphere is intimate, but not fragile. A sunset mix designed for car speakers and long on-ramps. You can hear how restraint becomes architecture. Each overdub has a purpose. Every gap invites the next breath. The tune still feels like open windows on the Pacific Coast Highway, steady lines of headlights, and a chorus that arrives like distant headlights cresting a hill.
But the love that I feel is so strong.
Number 2, Afternoon Delight by Starland Vocal Band.
But you got some beta waiting, and I think I might like heaven.
Soft pop didn't just whisper, it plotted, stacking harmonies with the precision of a barbershop engineer. Afternoon Delight is proof, built on cascading vocals that turn a sly theme into a breezy sing-along. Released in 1976 on John Denver's Windsong imprint, the single soared to number 1 on the charts that summer, then carried the group to a Best New Artist trophy the following year.
And we know the night is always gonna be here anyway.
This track works because the arrangement is clockwork. Brushed percussion, acoustic guitar filigree, and layered voices that lock like dovetail joints. The recording leans bright, but not brittle, leaving room for breath between the syllables, so the hook lands with a smile rather than a wink too hard. The song's legacy is oddly wholesome, despite its nudge and wink premise, proof that delivery shapes meaning. By the last refrain, you're hearing studio craftsmanship masquerading as casual whimsy, a postcard from an era when radio found joy in precise little daydreams.
When you found the one who loves you.
Number 1, Pop Music by M.
Dig it in the fast lane. Listen to the countdown.
By decade's end, studios were turning into little data centers of rhythm, and few singles mapped that shift as cleanly. Pop music bounced out of Europe with drum machine snap, rubbery synth bass, and a wry delivery that treated genre like a suitcase with stickers from everywhere. In 1979, it shot to number 1 on the charts, announcing that the future was danceable, arch, and globally fluent. The record's author, Robin Scott, built the track like a transit map. Roots crossing, voices tagged, every blip purposeful. This single doesn't chase authenticity. It embraces design, from the clipped handclaps to the neon keyboard accents that feel airbrushed onto the groove. The mix is all angles and light, perfect for the era's emerging video mindset. You can hear new wave, disco, and synth pop shaking hands, agreeing on a common pulse. The tune still sounds like a grand opening. Lights up, shutters roll, and the city suddenly speaks in rhythm.
Dig it in the fast lane.